What do you solemnly swear? You know, it's funny. I was talking to Matt one day, and Matt is a big Harry Potter fan. I still haven't watched all the Harry Potter movies, but I think I saw like the first one. That's about it. But he's a big Harry Potter fan. And he told me this quote. He said that Harry once said, "I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good." Right? And he said that, and I was like, man, that sounds badass as fuck, man. And then something clicked in my brain. Right? Something clicked in my head. It was a question. Jonathan, what do you solemnly swear? Right? Aside from Harry Potter, fuck that. Right? It's just out of topic. What do you swear? What do you swear to the world? If you were put on stage in front of the entire world and you had to swear something, you had to promise something, what would you promise? What would you swear? And not only I find the answer to that question, but I believe that everybody else should ask themselves that. What do you swear, right? Just one thing. Not two, not three, not four. Just what is one thing? Because the thing is, a lot of times we set goals, but we don't meet them because, there's no pressure. There's no urgency, no sense of urgency. Nobody's pushing us. We just set them because, that sounds nice. But when you make something an oath, right? I studied a lot of ancient history. And in ancient history, an oath was nothing to fuck around with. An oath was like, you tied yourself to your words. Whatever you said, you had to bring it to pass, even if you had to die to make it happen. Because back then they believed in honor. We don't have honor anymore today. But anyway, so I told myself, Jonathan, what do you swear? What do you solemnly swear? Because the moment I say something and I say I swear, I bind myself to it, I have to bring it to pass. And my answer was simple. I swear to be a beast. I told you guys from day one, man, from the day I opened this channel, I don't want to be the regular dude that just dies and is not remembered. I don't want to be the average guy that just gets up, goes to school, gets a job, has a nice little family, builds a house, and dies and is not remembered, right? I want to be for some nobody. The funny thing is, I didn't set out to do that. It's just inside of me. I have that desire to be remembered. I have that desire to be great. I have that desire not to be mediocre, right? Call it what you want. People call it insecurity, this and that. I really don't give a fuck. That's what I want. I want to be great. Some people are okay with being average. Some people are okay with just, being the same way they were yesterday. That's not me. I want to be fucking worthy of legend. I want to be legendary. As nerdy and epic as it sounds, that's what I want. My favorite quote that I always put at the end of my video, and I tell people that is, "May the sons of men remember your name and the gods sing your song." I do some poetry on the side. Don't laugh at me. And that's one thing that I wrote because it speaks to me. It came from me, and at the same time, it speaks to me. May the sons of men remember your name and the gods sing your songs, right? I want to be remembered. I don't give a fuck. I want to be a beast, a monster. I don't care what book I have to read. I will read every book I have to read. I watch every documentary I have to watch. I will train as hard as I have to train. That's why I'm a big believer in training your body, mind, and spirit, because that's how you're gonna become the complete you, the master you. I don't want to be better than Joe or Jack or Brian or Bobby. I want to be better than Jonathan. I want to be the Jonathan, right? I want my name to be synonymous with greatness. I don't want for example, when I say Napoleon, everybody thinks of one Napoleon, right? There's many Napoleons. When I say Albert Einstein or just Einstein, people think of only one dude, but there's many Einsteins. See, that's what greatness is. Greatness is when you just mention your name or part of your name and everybody automatically knows who you are, no matter who else has your name. So no offense to all the Jonathans out there, but I'm sorry, I was born named Jonathan. So that's a challenge to you out there. Who's gonna be the Jonathan, right? Today when I say Jonathan, nobody thinks of anybody, right? I'm like, hey, Jonathan. They're like, okay, But if I say Abraham, a lot of people, called Abraham, but who's the top. What about Jonathan? What about your name, right? Who is called by your name and has filled a page in history attached to that name? Your job is to replace that person. If your name is Brian, whatever the fuck your name is, find the greatest Brian who ever lived and replace that guy. If your name is I don't know, fucking John, find the greatest John who ever lived and replace him in history, so that when people say John in the future, 20,000 years from now, they remember you. All right, it's a big goal. It's egotistical, whatever, all the negative things attached to it. But I don't care. It's what I want, right? It's what I desire. It comes from my heart. And the thing is, many people out there have these big dreams, but they're afraid to pursue them because they don't want to be labeled as egotistical or whatever. Fuck that shit. I remember Napoleon. I like studying Napoleon because he's fascinating. Everybody knows Napoleon. He conquered almost half of Europe, right? And he wasn't even French. He was a fucking Corsican, right? He came in and ruled the nation that ruled his people. That's fucking badass. And when he was young, it's funny, his teachers called him, oh, this guy is too ambitious, he's too egotistical, he will never amount to anything, his head is too big, this and that, he has these huge dreams. A few years later, these same motherfuckers were paying taxes to him. That's fucking badass, right? So I'm not saying to go out there and conquer the world, but the point I'm trying to make is, Don't be afraid to set your dreams super high. Don't be afraid to not want to be average. It is your right. It is your right as a human being full of potential to become something other than the ordinary. Alright guys, just a short video to just re-inspire you, retune you onto what you were made to do. Alright, I'm out of here.